Kilo 4, Mike Echo Juliet.
I think there's a Whiskey 4 something.
There's a Whiskey 4 something.
Is there a Whiskey 4 Juliet something?
Juliet something?
No. Okay, well, loudest station, try it again.
Loudest station, try it again.
Kilo 4, Mike Echo Juliet.
All right, the Kilo 4 station, this is KC9VKV.
This is KC9VKV.
Is there Kilo 4 in my life?
There's Kilo 4 in my life.
Roger that. Kilo Mike 4, Mike Echo Juliet.
Kilo Mike 4, give me the whole thing slowly phonetically one more time, please.
Slowly phonetically one more time, please.
Roger that. Kilo Mike 4, Mike Echo Juliet.
Yes, that's the station I've been trying to get a hold of for the last 2 minutes. I just never could get all those letters in the right place. What's the name there?
In the right place. What's the name there?
Roger that. The name is Jeff Juliet Echo Fox, located in Huntersville, North Carolina. Once again, my call sign, Kilo Mike 4, Mike Echo Juliet.
Roger, Jeff, and what radio are you running today, sir?
What radio are you running today, sir?
I'm running one you talked about last week, the 7300, ICOM 7300. And listening to you last week for the first time ever, and I took all of your advice that I could find and applied it to the audio of my radio. But go ahead.
Yes, I was looking at perfection. I'm copying the mail on your audio on a VU meter right out of my receiver, and I can see your dynamic range just perfect. It's 3 dB dynamic range, which means that your average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%, which is just absolutely perfect, Roger.
Absolutely perfect, Roger.
Roger that. Well, you need to pat yourself on the back for that one, because I got that last week listening to you talk to some other people. The way I came around your station is that, like many people, I'm working from home, so I've spent a lot more time on ham radio during the day. And as a result, I just happened to come across your signal last Friday. I saw you on the spectrum meter, and I just tuned in and I listened to you talk to at least a half a dozen people. And after listening, I made similar adjustments that you had suggested. And so I am happy to say thank you so much.
Roger, Jeff. Well, you know, those adjustments are made from experience of running that radio and working with it. And, the 3 on the compressor is just a token amount, but it does exactly what you need it to do as far as the slight fattening of the signal before you bring it towards the ALC. And we have run that at 2 and then 4, and we have found that 3 is just ideal. You know, there's some folks that run that sucker up there around a 10, and if they stop speaking, man, they get slapped in the head by a cow out in the South 40 mooing. You know, and that cow doesn't contribute at all to the audio that you're trying to get to somebody. So running it more is not necessarily always the best. 3 on that 7300 and the 7610. Well, we have a very generic tune-up, and we use that 3 as the the given for most processor compressors, because we're just looking for about a third of its capability. We're not looking to suck up a bunch of stuff between words. We're looking for how it works on the word itself. Roger.
Word itself. Roger.
Roger that. I also liked your analogy of the cow there. I understand what you're saying. I totally get that. Now, I was unable to find the ALC per se. Maybe there's another adjustment that equates to the ALC, but I could not find the ALC. But if I don't need to touch it, I will leave it alone. But anyway, any other suggestions you have for me, I will be more than happy to take them, and I will also continue talking just for a moment if you need to look at anything. I am running a 40-meter resonant loop, horizontally mounted, pretty much between 25 and 40 feet in the air through the trees in my backyard. So anyway, this is what I've been using for quite some time. Go ahead.
Roger. Looks perfect. Now, I would just assume, what mic are you using on that radio?
What mic are you using on that radio?
Well, I'm using the one that came with it. It's a hand mic, not a nice desk mic, but the typical hand mic that came out of the box.
Yes, sir. Well, that hand mic is just absolutely perfect. They spend a lot of time and effort to get the combination of that hand mic and the radio, because the two together are just beautiful. And it'll cost you, if you go to change that hand mic to a desk mic, to get the same kind of results, it'll probably cost you $250. And some EQ to try to catch up, because that hand mic is just perfect. So you're probably running that hand mic, well, now it depends on how close. We recommend working that hand mic, pull it to the side of your lips and work across it. That way you don't get any mouth noises that you would if you worked directly into the mic. So just pull that mic to the side of your mouth and talk across it, and you're probably running about a 45 on the audio level. Roger.
Audio level. Roger.
I guess so. I can check that. Let me view that. But I'm doing exactly as you say. I'm pretty much talking across the mic, not directly into it. Just for reference, this is directly into the mic, just FYI. And this is back across the microphone. Just for a reference right there. But yeah, I really appreciate your advice and guidance. I've only been in ham radio for 4 or 5 years now, but anytime I can take something and learn it, I really enjoy it. I was really kind of older starting into the hobby, older than many people, but I totally enjoy this hobby. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger. Well, it's the only place where you can go by the seat of your pants and not get arrested, I guess. And every QSO, every contact is by the seat of your pants, because you don't know what's going to happen. Mother Nature has all the ability to change things drastically at any second. So you can't say with confidence that this is going to be this way. It is that way at the moment, but always subject to change. Roger.
Roger.
Absolutely. So actually, I did have the right button to the right. It shows my aura. Now it shows my check. 50%. And then the monitor, whatever that is, I'm not really sure what monitor is, but it's also at 50%. So unless you would get advise me otherwise, I'm going to leave these as they are. Go ahead.
Roger. I just had to bring up Milford. The SDR kind of croaked again. They just are challenged to keep operating. I have 4 of them, and they're sitting in front of me, and we use them to try to get a better copy on our 100-watt friends, and I've come to depend on them, even with their idiosyncrasies of knocking me off, and I have to come back and try to log in again. I do have passwords for one. So thank goodness, I can never get beat down to none. I always have one, and that's a good one. Rochester, New York. I have a password for that one, and Milford are my mainstays. And then I use Milford. I use Georgia and Arlington as secondary backups. But gosh, you're doing great there. You've got a handle on that radio for sure, Roger.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. Well, listen, I'll give it back to you for some other people to get some advice and suggestions from you. I want to say thank you for all the good input you have provided for everyone. And as I said before, my mic gain 50%, compression is 3, and monitor is at 50%. So I'll say 73. Give it back to you. I'm looking forward to tuning into YouTube at KC9VKV and my group AIRCHECK on today's date. I will check that out in a few days and just see what I sound like, hopefully. So 73 C's, Kilo Mike 4, Mike Echo, Juliet. Thank you.
Roger, Jeff, and that ALC meter is just below your power meter. You see that little meter that only runs about halfway across? That is your ALC, Roger.
That is your ALC, Roger.
Okay, because mine say RF power, mic gain, compression, monitor. I do not see the letters ALC, but maybe it's analogous to that.
Roger, I think it comes up, when you just are running that one scale where you have your, I think it's your power output along the top that runs all the way across from one end to the other, and then that other meter that just runs from one left to about halfway is the ALC meter, Roger.
The ALC meter, Roger.
Okay, I just changed the screen. Now I see what you're doing. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I'm looking at the ALC display right now, and I'm looking at the right one. So I'm watching the ALC shoot across the very bottom of the power, I noticed. And I do see the ALC shooting across there, and it's hitting about, well, actually, I'm not sure what the scale on this thing is. It's going about halfway across, give or take. But anyway, I am good. Thank you so much for your time.
Roger, Roger. Well, now consider that ALC is your Bible as far as operating that radio. Everything you do, when you finish what you're doing, you should go back and consult your ALC meter for proper operation, and that is, you want to run that ALC at mid-scale to 2/3. If you look at that meter, it only runs halfway to begin with. So half of the half would be 50 or mid-scale, and then about another halfway to the total ending of that reading of that ALC meter would be a 3/4. So you don't want to go all the way to the right of that ALC. You want to stay between mid-scale and 2/3 on that reading, Roger.
Roger.
Okay, I think I see where you're going with this. I'm going to have to fiddle with it a little bit. I'm not going to do it right now. I can hold up the air for other things, but I see what you're talking about, and I'm watching this ALC. And the red line is the ALC category. This is running about almost to the edge of that halfway mark, not quite, almost to it. I'm guessing what you're saying. I can adjust that ALC from another thing.
Roger, Jeff, kind of faded out there, buddy, but sounding good. I think you've got it just about right. I think, when I looked at it, you're running 3 dB dynamic range, and that's exactly where you want to be on your audio scale, Roger.
Your audio scale, Roger.
Roger that. Okay, well, listen, Jim, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'll give it back to you. Kilo Mike 4, Mike Juliet. Jeff in Huntersville, North Carolina.
Roger, Roger, Jeff. 3's that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We have the Qso-Vlog net between 3:30 and 5 and record the whole time. And then post it up on YouTube within a couple of days so folks can come by and check out their audio. Just call it a search on YouTube for KC9VKV, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And today's entity is called My Group AIRCHECK 61220. My Group AIRCHECK 61220. Today's date. This is KC9VKV. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.